everybody, and welcome to Fab Tax. I'm Rosemary, and today I'm excited to participate in the thrift store makeover hosted by Heidi from Happily Thriving Heidi and Jessica from Measure and Mix. I have included a link to their channels in the description box below, so you can head over there to check out their videos for the challenge, as well as a playlist for everyone who is participating. Okay, so this is the item that I picked up from Goodwill. As you can see, it is a wreath that had seen better days and is in need of some love. And I was really lucky because I found this on, it was a red tag for $5.99, and I found it on a 50% off red tag day. So I only paid $3 for this item. As you can see, it's kind of grungy. Needed, in addition to needing some love, it needed some soap and water as well. So that needed to be cleaned up, and I figured that would be okay if I could get it a hose down and some soapy water and then just put it out. Luckily, in the hot Texas sun will take care of drying that out really nice and not causing any kind of mold problems or anything like that. So that's just what I did. I got some soapy water, I sprayed it down, and then I hosed it off and put it out in the sun to dry. So it cleaned up pretty well, but there were still a few things that were kind of mangy. So some of these items just had to go or falling apart and just not looking too hot. So I decided on the things that I was going to keep, and I figured the artichokes and that little feather ball and the apples would make the cut. All the other items got cut and were removed from the wreath. Well, that was just fine because I had picked up so many amazing, beautiful florals from the Dollar Tree. And here's what I got. So this one here is a pomegranate. Just so pretty. They had them in this like brown color and a burgundy. And then these stunning willow branches and this wonderful mustard color. And then there were these terrific pumpkin filler, they called it, and they were just really beautiful pumpkin stems with this really beautiful colored pumpkin on it. And then these very dramatic feathers, and again in like a mustard shade with some grass. And then these nice muted green shade stems. So before I got to the fun part, I had to do a little housekeeping, little upkeep, little maintenance on this wreath. And so I just took some of the Dollar Tree wire and just wrapped it around the wreath in between the branches and around the centerpiece so that I could maintain some of those branches, bring them back into the body of the wreath. It would have been nicer if I had like a darker shaded wire, one that I've gotten from Michael's, but I just had this one on hand, and it worked fine because the flowers came in, the stems came in, and just covered all that anyway. So then I just took an assessment of what was left and how I wanted it to sit in the new wreath, and also what was there and what I could work with in terms of what the layout would look like. And so I decided to focus on those little feather balls and to start my dramatic mustard feathers in coordination with those. So use those, since I had 3 of the mustard feathers, I would put the mustard feathers behind each one of the feather balls. And then this way it kind of set up my pattern. So I put each of the 3 feathered mustard feather grass stems from the Dollar Tree behind each of the feathered balls that were already on the original wreath from the Goodwill. Once the feathers were in place, I used those as markers to create sections. And then in each of those sections, I put 3 of the green stems. And then I just repeated that for each of the sections. Once all the green stems were put in place, I went ahead and added my mustard yellow willow branches. And what I did with those is I added 2 of those to each section, and I put those between the green stems. So it went green stem, mustard yellow, green, mustard yellow, green. Then I added my pumpkin filler stems, and I just kind of placed them around, got an idea as to how they would go, and then gave them a little cut and placed them in the wreath. And lastly, I added my little pomegranate stems, and those I cut off into smaller pieces and just kind of filled in where there were spaces and needed some filler. And here's the final product hanging on the wall. And so it's a lot better than where it started. So, you know, a little soap and water, little love, and some beautiful Dollar Tree stems can work wonders and create a beautiful new piece. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this thrift store makeover, and it was such a treat participating, and thank you once again to our host Heidi and Jessica. And please check out their channels as well as the playlist from all the contributors participating in this challenge. As an added bonus, I thought it would be fun to give you a little sneak peek of some of the things that we're working on for the Fall Farmhouse series. These items on the mantle are all, except for the little sheep there that I got on clearance at Hobby Lobby. Everything else there is still kind of a work in progress, most of them, but they all will be featured in upcoming videos, and so you might want to check back, or better yet subscribe to see these when they are published. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.